Okay, take a good look at this P-47 by Bill Carper, because later on you're going to see it disappear. Well, actually, you're not going to see it disappear. You're going to see a blur disappear because of midair with Mel Whitley's SPD Dauntless. Built from a yellow aircraft kit, G-38 powered. Unfortunate loss. Bill Carper, nice tank drop. Here's a quick fact. Zinger props used on... Okay, here's one of my favorites. This KI-61 Tony was built from Don Smith plans, and yes, it is the very same Tony that I personally designed a few years ago. This one's been built by Eddie Newman out of Texas and flown by Lee Rice in team scale. We're talking 85 inches of wingspan, 17 pounds, OS 108 power. Uses Dave Platt's new landing gear, the new bearing jobs. Red Max fuel. Took 5th place in team scale, which is pretty darn good. That was good for $200 towards a long trip back to Texas. Nice color scheme that Eddie Newman picked. You'll see that Lee flies this airplane like it's on rails. By the way, Top Gun is primarily sponsored by Pacer Technology, as I said, and Eddie Newman and Lee Rice are two of the few people in the country that get a partial sponsorship from Pacer Technology. I think that includes a year's worth of free glue, which I'm sure they both appreciate, and a couple of shirts and hats. Also, Pacer contributed to all of the judges at Top Gun for their airfare and room, as well as Model Airplane News doing the same thing, helping with the prize money too. We have Mike Kulchik. Mike always brings something neat. This year he showed us a magnificent F-84 Thunderjet, and now we're showing it to you. Completely scratch-built and designed by himself. Very large airplane. 82 inches in span, 1/6 scale, weighs 21 pounds. Mike had to step up to a BVM 91 in the Viajet fan, and I'm glad he did, and he's glad he did, because he now can get off a grass runway with no problem whatsoever, as you'll see shortly. Here Werner gives you a look up the tailpipe. You can see how clean it is up there. And there's Mike putting the starter probe down through the center of the airplane to fire up the BVM 91. The hatches then go back in place, like so, and it'll look like an airplane again. Just about 15 or 20 seconds is all it takes to do that. If this were a blacktop runway, you must admit this could be a real airplane here. Republic airplanes certainly have nice wide-track landing gear, reminiscent of the P-47 Thunderbolt. Very, very stable on the ground. Here's Mike's takeoff. You'll see the nose start to get light, and a little bit of a bump will help him get airborne here. There we go. Gear comes up. Here's Mike on your right. Speaking of grass runways, by the way, as I said, a severe storm had dumped a bazillion gallons of water on us all day Wednesday, and many of these aircraft did need a little longer runway to get off. I guess it's extra friction and drag. Mike went on to finish 27th with the F-84. A very respectable static score of 91.41. Could have helped him do a lot better, but I think the mechanical problem with the nose gear and a couple of others kept him out of rounds 3 and 4.